I heard an angel shout, "The materials are coming!" And I questioned the angel to my right about the materials, and he told me, "These materials are for a deaconess from a small church who is from the country. In fact, she receives materials every day. Even though she is poor, she comes to early morning service every day. She prays for 87 church members daily. When she finishes praying, she cleans up the church." I heard another angel shout, "Special delivery! The daughter of the deaconess has given what little money she had to her mother. However, the deaconess did not spend it on herself. She bought 5 eggs and 2 pairs of socks for the church pastor. Even though it may appear to be a small offering, she had given all she had for the day. This became special materials for her home in heaven." Second, those who also have large homes are those who have built church buildings or other buildings for kingdom purposes with their possessions and resources. In heaven, I also met an elder named Choi. Among all the Korean elders and deacons who are in heaven, he had the most beautiful home. His home was much higher than the tallest building in Korea. Choi had built many churches in Korea with his wealth. I asked the angel, "How about my house? Is it in the process of being built?" And the angel said, "Yes, it is." I begged to see my house, but they told me it was not allowed. I continued to beg, and after some persistent begging, the angel said that the Lord will now allow it. We entered the chariot and traveled very far to another place. I was full of expectation. I asked, "Where's my home?" And the angel replied, "It's over there." But it looked as though the place was only a foundation, only ready for development. I cried out, "How could you do this to me? How could this be happening? How could my house be in a developing zone?" Surviving the Korean War, I sold my only home to build a church. This church eventually grew to 5,000 members. I wrote many books inspired by the Holy Spirit. One book became a bestseller. With the proceeds from that book, I built Christian schools. The schools birthed 240 pastors. During my tenure as the dean, I had given out 400 scholarships to over 400 poor children. I built homes for the widows to live in. This all costs huge amounts of money. So how could this be? Why is my home in a land development? I'm so upset. The angel replied sternly, "You do not deserve to live in such a beautiful, nice home in heaven, because you have been honored by people countless times. Every time you had built or done something good, you were praised by people. You were even honored by the secular news. Therefore, all your works are in vain." I looked at my home in the development zone. It was located in the middle of 3 other homes. It only had 3 stories. The house had many small rooms on the first 2 floors. I asked the angel, "Why do I have such small rooms?" The angel answered, "These rooms are for your sons and daughters." "I only have 4 children," I replied. The angel responded, "No, they are not for your earthly children, but for the ones who had evangelized and are saved." "Where is my master bedroom?" The angel said that it was on the roof. That bothered me. My room was not even finished. In an angry tone, I said, "It is so small. Why is it so difficult to finish?" The angel replied, "You are not even dead. We cannot finish your home or rooms because we do not know if any more materials will be provided. Do you understand?" When we entered my room, I saw 2 certificates hanging on my wall. So I went to read them. The first certificate described when I was 18 years old, living in an orphanage. On Christmas Day, I was on my way back to the early morning church service. I had seen an elderly man shivering on the street. I took off my jacket and gave it to him. That deed had given me a reward in heaven. The second certificate described the same incident, but it was for buying some bread with the little money that I had for the elderly man. The amount is not the issue. The act must be accompanied by genuine faith. The dollar amount has no significance. We left the place and headed back out. During the ride, one of the angels asked, "Are you sad? I will tell you how to have a beautiful home built." The Lord said, when you go back to earth, you must go and tell the people about heaven and hell, as you have witnessed. Second, the Lord desires you to build a place to gather elderly female pastors and evangelists who do not have a place to go or live. If you truly faithfully do these things, you will have a beautiful home. Visiting hell. The 2 angels then escorted me to hell. And they said, "Now you will visit hell." You can have no idea the enormity of hell. I kept shouting, "It's so big! It's so big!" This is the place where souls who are cursed and received eternal damnation are placed. It felt like hell was 1,000 times larger than the earth. Half of hell was colored red, and the other half was pitch black. I asked the angel, "Why is this parted red?" And the angel replied, "Do you not know? It is burning sulfur. The other half is darkness. When people sin and end up here, they will be tormented from both sides. There are multitudes of churches on the earth, and many of the churches are filled with many people. However, most of them are not true Christians. They are but church attendants. The true churches will firmly believe in heaven and hell. The lives of many Christians are in chaos because they do not firmly believe in heaven and hell. When one soul enters heaven, 1,000 cursed souls enter hell. The rate of heaven and hell is 1,000 to 1. I am a Presbyterian pastor and a well-known speaker. I have graduated from one of the largest theological schools in Korea, and I never believed any of those heaven and hell stories. But now, I am one who writes such experiences to testify to others. Although you may believe you are a Christian, if you live your life according to the will of demons, you will